ready, Devil Hunters, because you've contracted the podcast devil, the only show that pulls your ripcord. What's up, weebs? Welcome to another episode of the podcast devil. Chris Wolfar is dead. I am your new host, Anime Danime, and with me is Bob.
Oh no, what happened?
A fucking tree and Dr. Aggro.
Like Evil Dead 2? Is this a roundabout chainsaw joke?
No, actually, a tree came for this man. He's not actually dead. He can't reach the internet, which is effectively the same thing. So I am your interim host, Dan Anime. Denanime. But anyways, welcome to episode 3 of the podcast devil, the only Chainsaw Man anime podcast that I've listened to. You can I believe this is when he normally shills, and it's like, yeah, we go through each episode of Chainsaw Man every week. Podcast goes up the next day, tree or not. If you like this podcast, we have some other ones. We have Chugging Bleach, where we go through all of Bleach. Oh God. It's like, we're out of the bound arc. Good thing I can finally get that taste out of my mouth, and then Jinkaria shows up again.
I'm here to tell you guys, all of Bleach sounds like, all of Bleach when you're on the outside. But if you read Einstein's theories, you'll realize that once you're inside of Bleach, time fucking dilates.
It's fucking true. And we also do Pokemon Go to the Movies, premiering soon publicly, but you can get early access over on patreon.com/gbpodcast. So go check that out, maybe. Anyways, we got some Chainsaw Man to get to. Episode 3, Meowie's Whereabouts, which I believe Meowie's name in Japan is just Neko, right?
No, it's Nyako, because cats go nya, nya. I've been waiting a while to listen to that to see what it actually was.
Okay, there we go. Nice. We got to and that's the episode. Thank you for joining me. We got to the bottom of the mystery. This is one of those mystery solving podcasts. Ooh. We tackle really easy mysteries in localization.
I mean, it's kind of a mystery for me because, as Chris had said before, this is Chainsaw Man pacing. So every episode, it's like, I wonder which event is going to happen next because I don't know what order they're in.
Right, yeah.
I forgot this happened until the episode started.
You were saying, I believe last time, you were saying episode 2 jumped all the way and finished volume 5 or something.
Yeah,
or
we were like halfway through chapter 5. This anime does a good bit of squash and stretch.
Yeah, it's an animation technique, but also a storytelling technique. Anyways, this episode directly continues from the second episode. It's them getting lectured right next to, what was the devil again? Sea cucumber?
Sea cucumber.
Yeah. The sea cucumber devil just splattered all over the road. And Makima's upset. She's just like, hey, when you get in the way of a normal devil hunter's business, you're obstructing their business. This is a real problem. You can't be doing this. You need to keep her under control. And Power's like, Denji ordered me to kill it. He said to.
You can see both of her brain cells rubbing together in real time to come up with this lie.
It's so brilliant. You can't see through it at all.
It really has a lot of 5-year-old energy to it.
100%. That's kind of what makes our cast amazing and powerful, really. If they came in at a slightly higher level, it just wouldn't be the same.
No. Like, if she had a lie that was in any way believable, the character wouldn't be nearly as likable.
And remember, you got to grab the person you're lying about. That's what really sells it. It grounds it in reality.
Oh, yeah, when you grab someone and you tell them a lie, they just instantly believe you. That's how that works.
Start having that beautiful nuh-uh, yes you did, nuh-uh fight.
I really like Denji's counter argument that she should be arrested for being a fake ass liar. You know, that's
there's a thing that happens that I don't think made it into the subs.
Really?
But does show up in the manga translation.
Okay.
I think Power just starts, I'm not familiar enough with Japanese to pin this down. She either starts speaking formally or very old-fashioned. She starts talking weird. Like, Denji makes mention of it, but it doesn't really show up in the subtitles.
Yeah, not really. I wonder if they'll show up in the dub. Speaking of which, the English dub just started airing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I guess they're only like
one episode in
behind.
Yeah, so crazy. Which means the last 2 episodes of this series will be us re-reviewing the last 2 episodes, but in English. Ooh. No, that's not actually true. I'm just saying bullshit. That'll be the only time I do that in this entire episode. Take everything else at face value. I really like the argument after, he says, Power, you're a fake ass liar. You should be arrested for being a fake ass liar. They start screaming at each other, Power and Denji do. And we framed this shot just on Makima's ass sitting on the bench in the middle, and they just hold 10 seconds straight. I'm like, this is such a funny cinematography framing device of like, here it's this side versus this side, and her ass is in the middle.
It's to establish her authority in the framing. She is too hot and sophisticated for this shit.
Yes.
They just know what their audience wants.
Also, yes.
Makima to sit on them, yes.
Yes.
Makima just very calmly goes, quiet down, Power. She goes, okay. Good, Power. But yeah, she's like, guys, I need you to give me some real teamwork here. Can we get some fucking teamwork? They're like, okay. We now cut to a vending machine, and the face Power makes staring into the vending machine is so funny. That is some I have no dollars face. I'm just really appreciating staring at this drink and imagining how it tastes. Denji's thinking to himself, I should probably worry about copying a feel some other time.
At least, he has the self-preservation to think that.
Yeah.
He's got his Maslow's pyramid figured out.
He's like, let me look at the chips I have on the table. None. Okay, well.
All right, base get a little shaky. Got to go back to basics. Make sure I keep the job.
This is what makes him way better than 90s anime protagonists who get too horny.
He has just enough higher level function.
Yes.
Just a little bit to push him over the edge. I really resonate to him being able to, Denji can afford a drink. Denji gets a drink. He doesn't stare at it like a weird cryptid, and he's drinking it. He pops it open. I think it was called yoguru water. So I'm like, it's a yogurt soda or something? What could it be? But he sits there and he's drinking, and he's like, just getting a drink like this is a dream come true. And I'm like, dude, I literally feel that every day. I'm like, I got a burger. This is great. I'm fucking lucky. You sit there and you're able to afford an energy drink, and you're like, oh, I'm living the life.
Yeah, if you've been the real broke, Denji is straight feels.
Yeah. Nothing quite like working a 10-hour overnight shift and going, I can't afford the caffeine to get me through this.
Yeah. Ugh.
Power starts to explain herself a little bit to Denji and the audience by explaining she likes cats as she pets a cat. She hates people, but she also hates devils too because they took Meowie away, or Nyako. Explains, devil took Meowie away. This devil's terrible. If only I hold on to the hope that I can get Meowie back. And he's like, I don't understand. That's stupid. Maybe if it was a dog, I would understand.
Denji can't leave this little box he's made.
No, I think Denji actually has this thing where he doesn't understand that other people are people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's that's the level he's coming on. He can't even change one factor.
They actually have this problem.
Right.
So he explains, that's stupid, but I would do whatever it took to touch boobs. She goes, what if I let you touch my boobs after we retrieve Meowie from the devil? And then he just turns on like a light switch. What sort of piece of shit takes a poor cat? And she's just like, oh.
Does like a really weird duck face. It's hilarious.
So many good faces.
Denji is a man of principle.
Yes.
They're not consistent principles, but they are fervently held.
Yes.
This, and later on in the episode really establishes that Denji, as a protag, is nowhere near the ballpark of being a Goku.
No.
He is not an idiot who's really strong with a heart of gold. He's just an idiot who's really strong.
He's really strong, too, yeah.
Yeah, I think last episode proved he was no Goku when he's like, oh, I gotta only attack the nuts.
I don't know, that seems like a Goku move.
Yeah, I feel like Goku would just take the power pole and keep swinging.
I guess it's more of a Kid Goku move.
It's a Dragon Ball Goku move.
One day Chi-Chi had to explain that's not okay. He's like, aw. It was so effective, though. We get a little bit of bureaucracy here as, they approve Power's leave.
Like he has to check her out like
Yes.
a console at summer camp.
Yes.
I'm honestly surprised that's even something they let him do.
I know, right? They gave him a lot of rope. I feel like maybe those chapters we skipped over might have established a little bit of why they would give him rope. But yeah, they give him a little bit of rope. He checks her out. I'm going to leave that hanging there. And then we cut to them on public transport, and as Denji's sitting there just zoning out, and then looking at her boobs, and intermittently doing both. She's explaining, hey, this guy has my cat. If he sees me, this devil sees me, he's going to try to use Meowie as a shield, so you're going to have to take him down. And Denji's just staring at her boobs. And he's like zoning out a bit. And then he tries to sort of relate. He's like, I miss Pochita, but it's okay. Pochita lives in here, and like touches his chest. And then she goes, humans are so stupid. You guys say such self-comforting bullshit. He goes, man, we're really never going to get along, are we?
This is one of her peak Klingon moments.
I'm worried she's going to have more Klingon moments now.
Denji's bullshit is making me dizzy. Just the thought of her wielding that like Klingon death blade that they use nonstop
like a
in
blood
TNG.
batlet.
Yes. That would be so hilarious. Then we get the real governmental, this is an institution moment where it's like a committee's talking to Makima, explaining the American matter has gotten worse. The Soviet warhawks are crowing more loudly than ever. There are also rumors of the military using devils. Hopefully the devils remain the only enemies of Japan going forward. And it's like, this is not going well. And anyways, they check in with Makima and they're like, so how's your shit going? How's your division going? And she's like, ooh, I got 2 catches recently. One's promising, the other's interesting. And that's basically where that scene ends.
They tell her not to get too attached to him,
Yes.
and she makes the face that's the most obvious. This woman wouldn't get attached to anything in her life.
This meeting has a serious Gendo Akari talking to Sele energy.
Yes.
Where they're
100%.
like, you're like, watch yourself, Akari. Where always when he's like, suck my dick.
100%. She gets to the car outside, and the totally stealth mode simp, who is their driver, guy introduced in episode 2. I actually forgot his name.
Aki.
Thank you.
Aki and Aki's giant detailed hands.
Yeah, sometimes they go crazy with the
He's just, the dude's got big hands. It's
detail
does.
they animate.
it's consistent.
He's just like, I wouldn't really call Denji interesting. I would call him disgusting. And she's like, well, let me explain. And she goes off into, well, devils, they are more powerful, the more feared they are. And all I could think about is episode 1 of the podcast Devil, when we're like, tomato devil?
Tomatoes are scary, I guess.
I guess scarier than coffee?
Is it like kids not liking them?
I think it might have something to do with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, because that's
Wait.
referenced in the intro to the show.
1, that, 2, hear me out. People who do stage plays, afraid of
That's what I'm thinking.
tomatoes
like
cast
bad
at them.
stand-up, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. All vegetables are scary from that perspective.
I mean, you saw that sea cucumber. That thing was huge.
What was the thing that happened at Evo? What did somebody throw at that guy on stage at Evo? Was that a crab?
It was a live crab. And I don't think that was Evo. I think that was some other
fighting game.
event.
Oh, okay.
Because that was, Smash players.
That sounds like Smash players.
Smash players are disgusting. And then Makima just says, yes. You are so right, Aki. But she explains, Denji can turn into a chainsaw devil. That's pretty interesting. Chainsaws, they're scary. Cars, they're scary.
Like that moment is, it happens a lot in shonen battle series, especially ones where you've got a Goku, where the character starts out really overpowered, and the first part of the series is finding out where that limit is. And this is one of the best ones where she explains, like, hey, this is the first rule of the universe we're going to tell you. Devils are more powerful the more feared they are. He's a fucking chainsaw.
Yeah, there's not many things as feared as chainsaws, I don't think.
It's like if you got to Dragon Ball and a few episodes in, someone go, people are stronger based on their name, and the most powerful name is Goku. Yeah, so that scene concludes. We cut to a field. Power and Denji are out in this field walking towards a house, and they start having a conversation. There is a statement she doesn't understand, and then he explains. He's like, oh, I could turn into a bunch of chainsaws. And then she just sits there and goes, human jokes leave a lot to be desired. God. He's like, what? They're just, it's amazing. We get to spend a whole episode basically with two people who literally can't have a dialogue.
Yeah, it's great.
One is too dumb and the other does not care. Power exhibits Sherlock Holmes level of, if it is not directly relevant to my interests, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's true. It's very true. They keep walking though, and Denji goes, hey, should you be this close? And she goes, what? He goes, he'll see you, and that could be a risk. She goes, oh yeah, I did say that. He goes, say that? Then she hits him over the head real quick with a blood mallet, drags him into the house. She's inside of this house now. She goes, I brought you a human bat. And this Ryuk-looking motherfucker, as he fades out of the darkness,
Yeah, straight up,
is just like, first meal in a long time. What took you so long? And she's like, it took me forever just to like get enough freedom to come here.
Yeah, I was unclear on how long has passed between these events.
Yeah, I think that's intentional,
Right.
It seems to be that she went to go find a human and immediately got captured.
Right.
And it's been 1 week.
I don't think that bat's been feeding that cat. So.
Right.
Oh.
Probably not.
Probably not. Bad for some reason. He's just like, I'm gonna monologue at Denji. He will absorb this and give a shit. And he just goes, look at my arm, the wound your kind gave me, this damnable wound that forced me into hiding.
I had to hide my greatness.
And Denji's just like I give a shit. And then he's like, whatever, shut up, juice pack, and just squeezes him into his mouth like a fruit gusher.
So gross. Like, even if I was intent on drinking the blood of a living creature,
Right.
Just make an incision, man.
No, just squeeze.
Oh,
Look, he's only got one hand free.
it's an indirect kiss.
Bat-chan makes me all doki doki.
The notice me senpai devil.
As he drinks Denji's blood, he's like, oh, this is disgusting. This is gross. This is like a Smash player's blood. He's like, this is terrible. Oh, I've been revived with this awful tasting blood. This taste is terrible. I gotta watch this shit out.
Yeah, I'm surprised it worked with how much you complained about it.
Denji lying on the ground like an expended Capri Sun. Just sort of looks up, flashes back to Aki saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're trying to make friends with these devils? What the fuck's your problem? What is wrong with your goddamn brain? Power's like staring at Denji, just goes, I'm really surprised you bought it. I did not think you would.
He's just on the ground like, bitch, I know 6 people, and 2 of them haven't betrayed me. Why?
Why does everyone hate me so much? The Bat Devil's just up there, and he's like, "Oh, look at this city. I'm gonna have such a great time. It's gonna be fantastic. Hey, I think I should eat some children." Power's like, "Okay, I brought you food. Give me back Meowie." His response to this is to eat the cat.
There's an interesting thing, like in the anime, they cut and he has the cage. Mm-hmm. Because there's a weird thing in the manga where he's always like in shadow. His body is mostly.
Oh.
So he's up on the roof and you just see his weird Ryuk face in shadow. And it's kind of implied that he's been wearing the cat cage around his neck the whole time.
Oh, wow.
So he like pulls it out from there.
See, I couldn't figure out if it was that or he just had incredible arm reach. He just went into the house, into the dark part of the room.
He does have like
It's
good
so fucking long.
60-foot wingspan.
It's a fucking wacky arm inflatable tube bat with these arms. Reaches down, he picks up the cat cage and just fucking eats it. And it's funny because of the cut is so jarring that it's like, oh, he's picking up the cat. What is he gonna? Oh, it's in his mouth already.
Yes.
Like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's like some punishment for her bringing him bad tasting blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's pissed about that. Power.
It seems like a really bad reaction, but it works out for him.
Power has a flashback to getting used to the cat, becoming friends with it over a series of days, weeks, whatever. And he thinking back to a moment where the cat's on her chest, and the cat's like, meow. And she's like, man, it's crazy that you say meow instead of, don't eat me. Please stop killing me. Yes. I'm not used to hearing that.
Seeing this perspective of her life where she just didn't wear clothing and murdered at random is really interesting.
She's just peak capitalist. I don't know.
I do want an entire movie of her filthy and naked, wandering across fields and slaughtering animals.
See, my problem is I would want her local voice actor to be Excel from Excel Saga as she just dances around with giant bladed weapons murdering.
God, it is a very Excel character.
It really is.
Ooh,
I want her to
uncomfortable.
Just sneak up on someone and go, sha, sha. But as she thinks about this and the moment that the bat stole the cat, she goes, I understand now not being able to pet Pochita. And how sad that made you. And then the bat eats her.
Yeah, she's no resistance. Just,
She's like, I'm depressed, and then immediately gets eaten.
She's like, wow, I was betrayed and my pet died. Oh, man, is that what I just did?
Oh.
That feels bad.
Oh, man, I suck. Bat's like, haha, just flies away towards the city. He has a moment of just thinking about, yeah, I'm gonna like go gargle something and eat a virgin and eat some buff fit dude after that as my main course. Oh, it's gonna be so good. And then Denji's like, fuck you. And he's like, wait, you're with me? What the hell's going on? Get off my leg. Denji is tired of this shit, absolutely exhausted of this shit. He flashes back to this moment when Pochita went missing. And Pochita was like, he was nowhere. And then I searched the whole town. I spent forever looking for him. And I came home and there he was crying in my house. It's like, oh, it's so sad.
It's so cute.
Pochita's so cute. And he goes, anyways. And then he pulls the ripcord and just saws off his fucking arm. Bat freaks the fuck out. He's like, you're a devil? They immediately start plumbing. And I'm like, what was the plan? At what point was he like, I should saw this man's limb off and just plummet from this height?
Well, that was the plan.
That was a good plan.
Have you ever heard of a chainsaw dying from a fall?
No.
There you go.
Oh, okay. That checks out then. They should start making iPhones out of chainsaws.
It just makes sense.
I mean, not for that dumb reason you're thinking, but yes, they absolutely should.
They crash into a building, appears to be a school, possibly. This presumably teenage girl just looks in and just is like, holy shit, what the fuck was any of this?
I think that was Office Lady.
Office Lady?
It looked like an Office Lady uniform.
Right.
Yeah, okay. So we get a moment of her just staring and just being freaked out. And then she's like, what are you doing? Get out. Do you want to be eaten? She just starts running off and the bat's just like, what are you doing? You're a devil. And then Denji just simply replies, I'm going to saw out your guts and then cop me a field. Which is kind of terrifying to hear as a sentence because, of course, the bat has no context.
Right.
The bat at this point probably thinks he's going to, like, grope his intestines.
Right, just start playing with his blood. Like,
right.
That's how this comes off.
Very American Psycho of Denji. We get an intense action sequence. Denji punches the bat out the window. They start fighting. There's innocent pedestrians. Denji's like, run away, run away. And they keep doing shit. Bat throws a fucking car at him because he's like, oh, he keeps saving these people, so he cares about people. There's a person in this car. I'll just chuck this at him and he'll be screwed. And Denji's like, I don't give a shit about saving some dude. Just grabs the car to stop it. His chainsaw retracts, which is a moment.
Like it falls off.
Yeah, it just kind of shatters.
Basically like molts it off.
Right.
Yeah, it's strange. And then he just, after saying, I don't give a shit about saving some dude, he chucks it back at the bat. Bat catches the car straight to his face. It explodes. And in flight, the best part, that dude just barely leaps out of the car like the Clerks cartoon joke about the Transformers.
Like we've all seen like Justice League and the Superman animated series. We've seen a lot of animated cars get thrown at a lot of big dudes.
Yes.
And this may be the best one ever.
Possible, yes.
It is really good. God, how do you describe what happens with his mouth? So the bat, having caught this car, explosion, face on fire, he's tired of the stuff. So his mouth just forms a tube and extends outward.
Extrudes his teeth and gums.
Yeah.
That then solidify into a tube.
Ugh. And he causes a massive supersonic attack that explodes towards Denji, blows holes in multiple walls. Really cool looking sequence. And he's just like, okay, that's dealt with. I'm going to eat this dude. He smells like cigarettes and that sucks, but whatever. And Bat picks up the dude who just barely got out of the car.
This guy's having a bad day.
he really is.
I need to heal. Looks at the camera. Do you get it yet? Blood is how devils heal. I need to make sure you understand this. It's going to be important later.
What a weird thing for the Bat Devil to say.
It might be something that only happens with the Bat Devil.
Okay, sure. Well, I'm going to need that moment again from a different devil. And as he's holding this dude and he's about to eat his ass, you just hear Denji scream out from like the smoke. And he's like, I have been patient. I have been so patient, but I haven't been able to cop a single feel yet. And Bat is just like, what is wrong with this guy? He just slowly puts down the dude. Not because like, oh, I'll let him go and that'll make him stop. No, just he's lost faculties.
The world's first black-pilled incel superhero.
He starts screaming at Denji coming out of the smoke. The Bat's just like, stay away, and tosses a rock at him. None of this is working. Denji leaps at him, and as the Bat punches out with his arm, Denji sinks one of the chainsaws in, runs up it, sawing the fucking arm in half, leaps into the air with all three saws aimed at the Bat. And the Bat's just like screaming, basically, and knows he's screwed. And as he lands, the entrails of this Bat explode out onto the street. Just splayed out everywhere. And that's our episode.
It was really cool seeing like a fight scene, what that is in this series, because previously the only one we had was that first episode one where it was against the army of zombies. So I wasn't sure what to expect from one-on-one fights. This looked amazing. Like,
Yeah, no, this was stellar.
They do lots of really great looking cuts and animation.
Especially with something as materially complex and geometrically complicated as a chainsaw.
Yes.
Like they got in there with the different metals and the materials and all the little shapes and
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. This is also the first time we got to see the ending. The setting's really good. I really appreciate the music being all over the place.
Yeah, it goes crazy.
Imagine if a Maximum the Hormone Death Note theme went into being a normal anime theme. It was so good to hear it make that transition because you get screamo, metal, and then pop.
some electronica hit in there.
Yeah.
Then we went into the aria. It was I don't know what I need to put the word prog on, but it was
one
prog
of those
something.
things. Yeah. It's very prog, very proggers.
I love the weird little pochito they put in there.
Yeah.
There's a very good cut of that.
Where it's just like, it's a heart. Oh, it's pochita. It's a pochita heart.
Yes.
It was very Pineapple Pen, but horrifying.
Oh, there is so much good stuff in that ED and so many cool little things that I can't point out.
Of course. This seems like a series we'll have to rewatch after watching it.
Oh, yeah, no. When I get to that last episode, I'm just rewatching everyone leading up to it and it. Because,
yeah,
absolutely. Which means I should probably not watch the English dub until then.
probably. That probably makes more sense. Just wait.
Since I haven't. And then that'll be something to talk about in that last episode to be like, how's the English casting?
It's
They
not Excel,
recast
so
for
it's not
Homer.
good enough.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, that's true. What the hell are they going to cast Power with?
Yeah, that's going to be wild. One of the cool things you get to see in this episode, as we discussed, when he catches the car, his chainsaws just sort of go away at his will to catch the thing. You know, he's like, oh my God, they retract. And I promise you now, there is not a single episode where someone's going to go, okay, Denji, it's time to learn how to use your chainsaw powers.
Thank God. That's so... It's like water in a desert. So what did you guys think of the episode? Let's start with Bob.
I liked it a lot, actually. Like seeing the background for Power and seeing what fight scenes are like in this show, as well as just Denji seeming even more unhinged at points than I expected. It was good.
I like this episode as a sort of this is the level Denji's coming in at. You need to understand he's locked in right here. I also, as I said earlier, I really appreciate an episode hinged on two people who cannot have dialogue. There's something fantastic about that, and you do not get to see that enough. People do not write enough of two people who cannot talk and come eye to eye verbally. Aggro?
Yeah, this is I really consider this little mini arc with the bat to be the establishing arc, because it's really the point where the story as a whole goes, we're not kidding. This is what this series is like.
Yeah.
And you sit down and you come to the realization that, oh, those first chapters weren't a weird gimmick. This crazy motherfucker intends to write an actual, thoughtful, character-driven narrative out of this insane nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah. It is pretty good. Well, since I'm hosting, I get to do whatever I want. So we're here to bring you the Denji moment of the week. Bob? What is your Denji moment of the week? The moment in which Denji was so Denji.
The moment that Power offers him the cop a feel if they save her cat, and he immediately flips into a different mode entirely.
Yes, that is absolutely a Denji moment of the week. Aggro, did you bring your Denji moment of the week?
It's got to be when he finishes sucking blood out of the calf of a giant bat demon and screams, "Give me back my tits." Denji is a man without context. He has only goals. He is a man of determination, focus, and sheer fucking will.
Yeah. No, it's true. I think one of the things that defines Denji is how insanely myopic he is. It is very, very, very tunnel vision over here with him. So my Denji moment of the week is him walking towards a house in the middle of nowhere where no one knows where he's going. And he goes, "Hey, this seems off." How loud?
He's got one track in his brain and its volume is always turned up. But it is also a great moment where she's like, well, he's an idiot, but he's got good instincts.
Yeah.
Sometimes those two brain cells work together.
I mean, it's like a DVD pause menu, but it's got two logos, and every now and then they collide.
And it's a direct connection to episode 2 when he goes, "I can deal with crazy if she's hot enough." And it's like, this is what that looks like. So good job knocking it out of the park this week, Denji. That is the podcast. Goodbye. This month's GigaBoots videos were brought to you by the continued support of our executive producers, such as Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Burning Pepsi Man, Adam Admar, Cooper Tank, and Virmvarm. Thank you very much to our executive producers, and also these gamers. If you want to support GigaBoots so we can continue the content crunch, then head on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots today.